One Piece is one of the longest running anime series on the air right now. Based on a manga that is just as long and nowhere near finishing up yet, Oda says that it might take more 5 years to reach the end of One Piece. The anime series currently has more than 1000 episodes, which is a lot even among the longest running shonen animes. Surprisingly, unlike similar series, One Piece differs in the fact that although there are a lot of episodes, only 99 episodes are considered to be fillers, meaning that only 10% of the episodes of the series are fillers. So, even with skipping all the filler arcs for the series, a new viewer will be still contending with the hundreds of episodes. And even though these are the fillers, they are really entertaining to watch and can make One Piece even more fun. But if you are one of those people who are always on the clock and wants to stick to the original story, then this list of filler episodes is just for you. So without any further ado, let's take a look at all the fillers from the One Piece anime series. The first one is the Warship Islander arc between the episode number 54 to 61. This 8 episode arc is the first filler arc in the series. It takes place after the East Blue saga and before the Straw Hat Pirates go into the Grand Line. In the arc, a young girl named as Apis manages to escape from the military warship and is rescued while floating in the ocean by the Straw Hat Pirates. They seek to help her return a dragon to its homeland while avoiding the military ship, which is also after the dragon since it can create a powerful medicine. The next filler arc is Post-Alabasta Arc, which is between episode number 131 to 135. As one can probably guess from its title, the Post-Alabasta arc occurs immediately following after the Alabasta arc. The filler arc doesn't have one overarching plot like many filler arcs do. Instead, the 5 episodes are each a standalone tale, each featuring a different member of the Straw Hat Pirates. It deals with each person's goals and histories, with the only people not represented here being Luffy and Nico Robin. The next filler arc is Goat Island arc, which lies between episode number 136 to 138. In the Goat Island arc, the Straw Hat Pirates lands on an island inhabited by an old man and his goats while hiding from marine ships. They befriend the old man, and when the marines find them on the island, they fight against them alongside him and his goats. They also continuously lose their belongings, including their ship, to the old man in various games, then win them back again. After this arc, the next filler arc is Rulaka Island arc, which lies between episode number 139 to 143. Like many of the filler arcs in One Piece, the Rulaka Island arc begins with Luffy and the Going Merry crew being chased by the marines and finding themselves on an unusual island. In this case, the crew ends up on Rulaka Island. Here, a dictator in the form of an old pirate has been overtaxing the island's citizens in the hope of financing the construction of something called as Rainbow Tower. And this arc is kind of boring, so you can skip it easily. The next arc is G8 arc. This arc comes between episode number 196 to 206. The G8 arc comes directly after the Sky Island arc, in which the Straw Hat Pirates manages to find their way to the Sky Island, otherwise thought of only as a myth. When their ship returns to the sea, instead of landing in the open water, they find themselves in a heavily fortified marine base. From there, they have to figure out how to reclaim their ship and escape from there. The next arc is Ocean's Dream arc, which comes between episode number 220 to 224. The Ocean's Dream arc is based on the One Piece PlayStation video game of the same name. Everyone on the ship except Robin find themselves without any of their memories of being in the Straw Hat Pirates. This causes chaos among the crew who no longer recognizes each other, which makes them all feel that each of them is a threat. They slowly begins to realize that they all dreamed about a boy blowing an instrument underwater and know that he must be responsible for their memory loss. The next arc is Foxy's Return arc, which lies between episode number 225 to 226. Yes, only 2 episodes. Foxy and 2 of his crew, Porsche and Hamburg, are floating in a small boat on the ocean. Luffy sees them from the Going Merry and brings them abroad until they find their ship. But another captain has taken over their ship and Foxy has to fight him to reclaim command of his crew and take his boat back. The next arc is Ice Hunter arc, which comes between episode number 326 to 335. The Straw Hat Pirates run across a crew on a damaged ship and decides to help them. It turns out, however, that the people on the ship work for the family of bounty hunters named as Asino family, having been the member of the Phoenix Pirate until they got beaten in the New World and were added to the Akino ranks. They are out to collect the bounties on the Straw Hat Pirates and have formed a trap to lure them in and capture them. The next arc's name is Spa Island arc, which comes between episode number 382 to 384. No anime is truly complete without a Spa arc, and One Piece is no different. This arc sees the Straw Hat Pirates as they stop at Spa Island, an artificial island with many recreational activities. The pirates split up to enjoy themselves and end up meeting a young girl named as Lena and her sister Sayo, who is holding on to a curious notebook that she won't let anyone see. Foxy and his crew shows up over there and they are also very interested in that notebook, and they attacks them in an attempt to get it. The next arc after this is Little East Blue arc, which comes between episode number 426 to 429. The Little East Blue arc is a 4-episode arc meant to lead directly into the One Piece film's Strong World. The story finds the Straw Hat Pirates on an island that is pretty much a replica of East Blue, where many of them are from. While enjoying themselves, they are attacked and captured by Amigo pirates, leading to the battle between Luffy and the Amigo pirates leader Largo. The next arc is Z's Ambition arc, which comes between episode number 575 to 578. The Z's Ambition arc is the first One Piece arc to occur after the time skip. The episode also acts as a setup for the film One Piece Z. In the arc, the Straw Hat Pirates have made their way into the New World and they suddenly end up surrounded by a fleet of marine ships, as is often the case in the One Piece filler arcs. The next arc after this is Caesar's Retrieval Arc, which comes between episode number 626 to 628. This arc follows the kidnapping of Caesar Clown, who the Straw Hat Pirates have held captive on their ship, the Thousand Sunny. The story involves several different parties who all wants to capture Caesar, including the Straw Hat Pirates, trying to capture him after a mysterious person manages to kidnap him off the ship. Each party wants to use Caesar's skills as a scientist for a different purpose. The next arc is Silver Mine arc, which comes between episode number 747 to 750. The Silver Mine arc is another filler arc that takes place as a lead up to the film, in this case One Piece film Gold. Monkey and Bartholomew are kidnapped by the Silver Mine Alliance and held captive in a large fortress located in the pirates' silver mine. They have to work their way out in the mine, fighting off the pirates as they go to escape out of there. The next arc is Marine Rookie arc. This arc takes place between episode number 780 to 782. Luffy has wasted all of the food supplies that the Sanji retrieval team had, and they have now run out of food entirely and are starving to death. To replenish their supply of food, they break into the marine base. The group attacks and knocks unconscious some of the marines to steal their uniform, and once they are disguised, they go in and raid their food stores, only for Luffy's gluttony to get them caught. The next and the last filler arc is Cider Guild arc, which comes between episode number 895 to 896. The Cider Guild arc is another filler arc that ties directly into the One Piece stampede. Luffy has left the Thousand Sunny to get colas to the ship, and he finds out a factory where he could get cola in run by the Cider Guild, a group of bounty hunters who have been on the Straw Hat Pirates' tail. On his way, he runs into Boa Hancock, and two of them faces off against bounty hunters together. After this, the Wano Arc starts and is still ongoing in the series, which doesn't have any kind of fillers, at least till now. But what are your thoughts about these filler arcs? Should newcomers watch them or drop them out? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below and watch my other videos related to One Piece over here. And that's it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for daily anime content like this.